Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody had a lovely day. And with that being said, let's dive into the TA. All right, guys, Trump has did it again. All right, so started with the Trump pump and ended with the Trump dump. I am not sure how we are going to open up tomorrow, but as of right now, you look like you're heading straight back down to the lows. Peak to trough here, we just fell 4.5% over here on the NASDAQ in 1 hour. Yeah, in about an hour here. Within an hour, we just fell 4.5% here on the NASDAQ. Pretty insane stuff. But at this point, it does look like we're probably going to be revisiting lows tomorrow. If you do open anywhere close to today's low, expect this to sell. You're in sell the rips mode. We knew April 2nd. All right. So today, Wednesday, going into Thursday, we just needed Trump not to tank the market and things were going to look real good. I was very, vocal about, this after this day, it can easily be turned into an upper wick here. We come back down to the lows and that sets you up for a decent amount more of more downside there. Or it can easily pump, and we had the level we were paying attention to really, lock that in. We're actually getting the pump, which was 485.84 over here on QQQ, and you have a similar level over here on SPY, which was 570.57. As we could see in the after hours, we sold right off of 570.57, and we started coming back down towards the lows. So now we see this was all just a bull trap, bear flag, and we're now back down there. Now, just like this just fell that much, we don't know if it's going to be bought up that much. I don't know how it's going to open. I'm just recording this video. It's, after the close here. I don't know exactly where it's going to open, but I'm telling you, if it opens anywhere near where it is right now, near the low of today's candle, all right, our nice bullish engulfing candlestick right over there. If it opens, 558 down to where it is at right now, you are probably just going to see that thing, maybe get a dead cat bounce, sell that dead cat bounce underneath the pre-market low, and then you probably end up coming back down to lows. That is how that would look. And on the weekly chart, I really didn't think this was going to be the case, because if it was going to be the case, you probably locked in a sell next week. You close the week down here. Yeah, it's really not looking all that good. It's not. The weekly candle is not going to look good. But specifically over here on the daily time frame, this thing is ugly. You're opening below yesterday's whole range. If you open up near here, just expect the rips to be sold at that point. All right, they're not going to be much of rips, but maybe we get some shorts cover in there. All right, and then that provides your short entry over there. The levels you are going to be paying attention to, because I don't know where we're going to open up, because we're moving really quick over here. You could see each 5-minute candle, like this is kind of no joke what's happening here. Reciprocal tariffs are no joke over here. 0.4% in, this is literally in 2 minutes right there. We just fell 0.4%. But as we could see, 5 minutes minus 2.25%. We don't know where this thing's going to open. We don't know. All right. But the levels you're going to be paying attention to. Take that off right over there. You did. Look at that, guys. You respected the golden pocket. You saw right there in the golden pocket. The levels you're paying attention to on the upside, if you open up down here, 553.68, 558.03. All right. In between here, if you open up down here and you run into these, you're probably going to get sellers somewhere in between 553.68 and 558.03. And then above 558.03, you have 560.71, 562.94, and then 566.27. But, at this point, with what just took place, just look at this thing. It's probably not going to get bought. All right, we're probably going to continue selling for a little while. We're going to find a new low. We're going to have to, really build some, some structure. And, this is what I was saying here on the weekly time frame on some of these charts. If this thing sells this week, you close out bearishly, like it's looking real bad. But as long as you have this nice solid bullish bar here to close out the week, we're probably going to get that second week there of action. It would be just like that. We would get that second week, as we could see. It's probably not going to be the case now. All right. Now, on the downside, underneath 549.15, you have 546.87, and then 539.44, and then you have 530. I don't think we're, going to be really moving all that much. But if you open up really down bad like that, let's just come over to the daily time frame. Open up down bad like that, all right, then expect it to come down to a new low here. That's going to be a minus 3% day. The next support, 539.44 underneath 546.87. That is going to be a minus 4.5% day. So, we've seen these minus 5% days. They've gotten bought up. I don't know if this is going to get bought up right now. But Trump kind of just told everyone, we're going to go through this pain, to make America great again. And the market liked it at first, and then he actually started spewing out, specifics about the tariffs, and the market did not like it. That is how that went. They were hyped up off of the dream he was selling them, and then boom, all right, reality struck in. Oh, 45% you're getting tariffed here, 60% here, oh, 50% here. Yeah, that's one by one on these countries. That is what the market just sold off like this on. That is what did that. All right, so that is those are really the levels you're paying attention to over here on SPY. 549.15, 546.87, 539.44, and you have the 0.786 fib down here from this whole move up here. All right, that is sitting right over here at 532. On the upside, all right, you're watching 553.68, 558.03, 560.71, and 562.94. Coming over to QQQ, similar look over here. On the downside, we're watching. And again, we don't know where this is going to open, so support and resistance is going to change, just, levels, okay? Specifically, the levels is what we're going over. 549.17. Underneath there, guys, you really don't have anything. Like, you could probably find some support off there. 549.17, not 540. 459.17, 455.46, and then 448.19. On the upside, we're going to have 464.42. 467.37, and it will just come over there. All right, so this is the same spot we're just going over there in SPY, that if you open up down here, you come into it, bounce into this, you're probably going to get sellers there. All right, but above 467.37, you have 472.41. I don't think we're going to get back up here right away if you really are going to open up down there. I don't think we'd have a bull trap into a bear trap here. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think this was definitely, controlled buy-in here into a key spot. It was either about to, flip over like that, or it wasn't. And as we could see, it got right there, and it didn't end up flipping over there. It got right there, and Trump dragged the market down right before it happened. All right, so there was that. Now you come over here to VIX, guys. I don't know what VIX is, going to be doing here, because futures aren't even open over here on the VIX. They closed here. Oh, they started opening over here. All right, only 7% move so far over here on the VIX. I find that hard to believe. I think we are very likely going to be seeing a bigger move over here on the VIX after doing that. All right, honestly, for all we know, VIX could have a freaking 50 to 100% day tomorrow. We don't know. Specifically, it could pull one of these things again. Those where you actually are, up quite a bit here. I'm not saying like this, but do you guys remember this? You guys remember being up 100% in one day here, over 100%, I think, at the high. Yeah, 260%. You're up. Nope, come on. Let me, right there. Okay, 175%. That's how high you are up here. All right, 175, guys. 175 at the peak percent. All right, if you see that tomorrow, I'm telling you, that is what actually does mark your major bottom. So if we see that spike actually start to take place, now we know, we're done with the back and forth here. It's actually happening. This is where, within a few trading sessions, it starts selling. All right, but, it can stay elevated here for 1 to 2 trading sessions once it spikes hard like that. So this is something we got to prepare for and be ready for. I don't think we are doing this. I don't think we're gonna, have weeks here, but if Trump just crashed the market, we're gonna have to see. All right, we will have to see. I, for one, am really excited. I have been putting together this strategy over the weekend. I, just spent, it had to have been 15, 20 hours just strictly back testing the strategy. And I am seeing it 3 out of 3 days so far. No, we have caught every single little move intraday there. And we have been killing it over there. It is pretty much a strategy to make sure, me and my Discord group, we are catching all of the intraday moves. So I don't, as far as day trading goes, I don't really care where the market's going to go. I did start tipping my feet back in with the swings today. Nvidia, now it's, if we open up where we are right now, it's not going to open up too down, so it's not too bad. Oh, all the way down at 107. We'll see how this goes over here, all right? But yeah, again, same thing as QQ over there. You were about to, do the thing where the 5 out of 5 times now, if you get this little crossover right here, 5 out of 5 times over the past 4 months, you have you've gotten that 5 to 10% move within like about a week, within like 3 to 4 trading sessions most of the time there. I was thinking that was about to be the case, and then as we could see, Nvidia did that, all right? But as far as intraday price action goes, guys, I'm just going to say we have a lot of volatility in these markets right now. Figure out how to take advantage of that, because once you do, you're going to love this market. All right, you're going to love the market. But I'm also going to tell you right now, it's not swing friendly. It's just not. And, I just knew myself, I needed, to make sure for a fact I have this system where every day where there's volatility like this to trade, I know for a fact I can tag along with that and catch that volatility. And I am freaking impressed. I am freaking impressed so far. All right. But over here on Nvidia, guys, we'll just kick it off here with the Mag 7. We went over SPY, QQ, VIX, IWNDA. They're not so important to us over here. We're going to go over the Mag 7 stocks. We'll start over here on Nvidia, guys. Underneath today's low, guys, we're talking 106.79. Under there, 104.77, 195. At that point, we are going to be coming down here. Daily RSI is still going to, be right around here, guys. I don't think it's going to spend too much time down there. As long as the market's not actually crashing right now, and we are, getting that peak fear moment right here, that capitulation moment. And again, we're going to find out, all right? If we have a big, like, minus 5% day today, and then somehow we get another crazy gap down and another, crazy down day the following trading session, maybe we are getting a COVID 2020, and he just really caused mass panic across the world over here. All right, because that's exactly what these look like. Okay, I know this is like minor, but then you got a minus 4% day, and then the following day you got a minus 2.7% day, and then you had this minor bounce, but then you had quite the move down. All right, and then what happens? Another 3.6% gap down. Like, this is the market. We're gonna know, within a few trading sessions, is the market actually crashing? And you're gonna need to, you're going to need to shift how you're trading. I'm telling you right now, swings in this environment, I was trying to dip my freaking toes back in today after, just kind of taking losses on a little bounce. I thought we were going to get a little bit more of a bounce. We didn't end up getting, it takes a while to come back over there. We didn't end up getting into this area. I was, 494, 49. I was at least thinking that would be tested over there. SPY over here, I figured this zone right up here, it was pretty picture perfect, and it looked like we were starting to make some way over there. We were probably about to get some movement, but as we could see, that is not how that worked. All right, that is not how it worked out. And right now, guys, the environment, it's still not swing friendly. We kind of knew exactly how it was coming into this day. Like, this was the big day this week. We knew for a fact this was it. There was going to be volatility. It was going to be this. Little did we know we would get a big old market pump into a massive market dump overnight. So there's that. So let's, really talk about these things. Nvidia over here, guys, I'm just going to say, all right, from this point, I think, everything is definitely poised to take out new lows, okay, depending where we, if we see this overnight recovery and somehow we're back up here by tomorrow morning, then of course all that goes out the window and the market's probably going to be resuming upward here. But at the same time, it definitely does not look like that's going to be the case here. So don't have that be your base case. But again, if you're just trading intraday, you don't care what's going on here. Just figure out, how you are going to be taking advantage of it, because we have so much volatility every day that if you can, all right, it's there for the taking. All right, but on the downside, 106.79, 104.77, 195. Those are the next, underneath 106.79. That's where we're going to be targeting 104.77. All right. Yeah, a little double bottom low going on down there. And then we have that big 195 to 100 psych level down there. On the upside, you have 110.11 above there, 111.98. We'll just come over here. All right. So today's high, 111.98, and then 113.22 to 115.14. If you want to see the magic of supply and demand, guys, all you have to do is take a look over here on Nvidia's chart. All right. So, you know, picture perfect. You came right back right up to that level. Okay. High was 113.23. Do you see the level 113.22? That is how you know your levels are good right there. That is how you know you got your stuff in the right spot. All right. Looking juicy. Coming over here to Tesla. Holy sweet baby Jesus. Bullish day over here. Okay. Bullish engulfing candlestick. Absolute massive volume, the heaviest volume you've had since over here, and that actually did mark a short-term peak. All right, so that, and over here when you're getting your volume, you grinded higher before having a controlled pullback off low volume, and then you spiked, but it took 1 to 2 weeks to develop here. Is that what we're about to see? Is Tesla, while the rest of the market is going to, you know, go crap to bed here, is Tesla going to pull back in this controlled manner and then snap back? We don't know. All right, but we're going to see. I would definitely say this is the strongest looking, you know, stock in the market right now is Tesla. Even after, you know, the sell that we're getting right now, it's not taking out the lows. All right, it's not coming back down to today's low by any means. Whereas all these other tickers, they already have came down. Okay, they literally have already absolutely taken out all the price action from today, all of them, except for Tesla. Okay, and look at Apple. Okay, and you know, perfect spot, picture perfect spot here, guys. This is where we were saying it was either going to break and get a daily close above 225.02 and start pushing 230.20, or this is exactly where it's going to stall out here, and it's going to, you know, have this thing. It was either going to happen like that, or is going to, you know, be struggling here, and it was going to be coming back down. And, you know, I was going to pull the trigger on that, you know, early ahead of time, and then I just kind of looked back on the chart. I was like, you know, actually, most of the time, yeah, we reject there when we were sitting there. Let's see if we could find something like that. When we were sitting there, oh, just like this, you know, I was referencing these right there. Oh, actually, you know, if you're sitting there consolidating underneath it, yeah, you're much more likely to break down. So I was just kind of waiting over there. And as we could see right now, you have a $10 gap down going on already. Apple coming down to new lows. Weekly candle over here is going to open pretty ugly. But, you know, this chart's going to make a whole lot more sense. I was saying we don't really have structure here for a bottom. You have some overhead, you know, resistance sitting here. But now if we come back down to the lows, this chart makes a whole lot more sense to me. We're going to probably take out the 2842 low. Just take that off right there, right? So probably takes out 2842. And then from there, 199.62. That's the next stop. And from there, I think we're going to be putting in that major bottom. All right. So that's what I'm paying attention to over here on Apple. You get down here, good things happen. Then right there, we'll set one for like 205 so we know it's almost there. Okay. There's Apple. All right. Now moving over here. Microsoft, and actually, I'll just come back over to Tesla because I didn't finish talking about it. I don't know, so much going on, guys. So much going on. All right, above 288.20, you have 299.29. Honestly, this looks like it's probably going to get up there no matter what the market does. The market's selling right now. The market doesn't really, Tesla over here isn't selling too bad. All right, so that is definitely, you know, definitely showing the relative strength out of everything today and in the after hours still. On the downside, your support is going to be 271, 260.79, 251.84, and then 243.36. If you come back and take out the slow, expect to take out the low and visit 212.11. All right, so that is Tesla. We went over Nvidia, Tesla, Apple. Here's Microsoft. All right, guys, it's the same look across the board. You know, you're dropping underneath today's low and, you know, coming down to yesterday's low. You got the bullish divergence in here, triple bullish divergence. All right, and that's why I was thinking, you know, more likely we're going to end up, you know, holding. Trump's not going to tank the market, but as we can see, Trump definitely did tank the market. All right, on the downside, underneath yesterday's low at 373.23, we're watching 366.50. Okay, on the upside, 376.91 and 382.99. Amazon, what do we got cooking over here, guys? Taking out today's low, and underneath today's low, you were going underneath 187.66. You have 185.23, which provides support last time, and then you have 180.25. And if you come down here, you know, I think the market's probably close to that bottom. But at the same time, close out that weekly candlestick bearish this week, and it does not look the best going into next week. We're gonna actually have to build out a bottoming process, some structure here to move off of, because now we're coming back down to lows. That is Amazon. All right, and on the downside over here on Goog, you're watching 152.30 and then 148.20. On the upside, you have 157.13, 158.80, and then 163.24. But don't worry about that if we're opening down here. You don't have anything to worry about that. And, we're just going to use a new level there above 157.13. Watch 160.28 until 160.28 is, broken above here. All right, guys, just don't pay attention to Google. You got no reason to. Meta over here, guys. All right, coming back down, getting slapped. All right, getting absolutely slapped here. As we could see, it's probably coming back down to the low in the short term. 549.05. That's really, your last stand over there. You kind of have to hold the 549.05, or this whole most recent structure here, it's gone. All right, this is months gone, and you have a giant head and shoulders pattern here that you're actually, you broke down, retested it. If you take out the low, it could get a little ugly here. The next clearest day, pivot spot is going to be 490, down here. I mean, of course, you got this whole, area here that you're going to probably find support off of. All right, so we're going to add it to our chart here. Underneath 549.05, you're watching 531.49 and then 495.60. All right, and daily RSI hasn't gotten oversold over here. Let's see if it happens in the coming trading sessions. On the upside, if you open down here and you move into this overhead resistance, which was underneath us, not too long ago, and now we're going to be opening underneath it, treating it as resistance. So 575.80, expect sellers to be around there. Okay. And that's what I have for you guys today. I want to say over here, Carvana, it was looking like it was going to freaking explode. It hit 243 over here. All right. This is kind of looking crazy. Like I said, I was starting to add back to these swings over here. And I ended up buying a Carvana over here, Carvana call for like $900. And this guy over here, I was really excited when I started seeing this thing pump. All right. Just everything, heaviest right now in the video over here. Seeing this guy, I was like, oh my god, this thing wants to move. I was like, oh my god, the dump, it's out the way, the market liked it. No, it came right after the Trump pump came to the Trump dump. So we're gonna have to see how this thing opens. It's really wide. I don't want to go over any more tickers. Over here, SMH, semiconductors, guys, they're all looking like the NASDAQ. They're looking butt ugly. They're looking like they're going to be coming back down to the lows. That's all you really need to concern yourself with. You got the game plans over there on the Mag 7 stocks. You got the game plans over there on SPY QQ and VIX. You know what you're watching for. And at VIX, if we see it come up to the daily RSI, get all the way back up to overbought territory, it's probably not going to stay there for longer than a few trading sessions, okay? Unless we're going to be actually crashing. And, it's possible. But like I said, we're not going to know if that's actually taking place until we start seeing the crazy gap downs multiple days in a row there. All right. In the same week, we get like big gap downs. And we're really just, boom, you're just wiping out 5 to 10%, in a week there, 10% down. Like until those moments happen, like you really don't know. But I'll tell you right now, the market definitely did not like what President Trump had to say about these reciprocal tariffs as he was listing them off. So, for the time being, guys, definitely maintain that bearish bias. We definitely knew coming into this event, it was relatively pretty unsafe to hold anything, either direction. It could have went either way over here. All right, so at least you knew odds were that you shouldn't be holding anything. And even if you did, I hope you weren't just trying to buy hand over fist, because at the same time, we also knew this was a big event, and although the market looked good, yeah, it had this headwind over here. Okay. But for the time being, guys, short those pops, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.